Good
Oops.
evening. Oops. We're here. Good evening. Welcome. Hey, buddy. How
Hey,
you
how's it
doing?
going?
It's awesome. If I was any better, I would think of something funny to say, but I can't.
It's
I
probably
can't think.
best not to try to be funny.
That's right. I can't think of anything amusing to say.
Nobody
Uh,
comes to our shows to laugh.
I could say Uko pick. No, that's right. They certainly don't leave with a smile on their face. This is no downtown sauna massage parlor.
Right.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
switch it over to the other
there
view
you go.
so the chat can start coming in.
I could say something funny. Ukko Pekka Lukanen. There you go.
Yeah,
So
there's
we,
some weird names in the NHL.
I just love it. I love the real. I kept thinking the Stars were playing the Sharks tonight, and I kept thinking they had a player called Sturm. I think it was actually Stern, but the way the commentator said it was Sturm, I said, well, they need to get a guy called Drang, and they could have Sturm and Drang. That would be a
Drangstrom.
great. What a defensive line that would be.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, we got a
who's
few people rolling in. Jacob Ironside, who was hanging out with me earlier. There's Silver Ogre, Sumo Orange, and of course Smokey's hanging out.
Smokey hanging out. You should put it away, Smokey. The vicar's coming. Yeah,
Smokey's been playing a ton of Helldivers this week.
yeah, I've not played that, but that's more of an MMO, isn't it? Or is it?
It's four-player teams, three third-party shooter. So
Yeah.
war
Well,
games.
I don't. I'm antisocial. I don't play
Yeah,
multiplayer shit. Me on my own. That's it. So no one
that's.
can see how badly I fuck up.
I tend to stick to the single player a little bit more than the multiplayer too. But this
Yeah,
one, I mean, we've got a whole bunch of guys playing it, so it's like, okay.
fair enough. But
And
what
since I was
about?
the one who suggested that they all play it, I guess
Yeah, I guess you
I
had to
guess
do
I
that.
have to play.
Is it good? I mean, it's obviously good.
Yeah, we're all having a blast with it. It's basically a third person shooter that is a mix of Terminator and Starship Troopers.
two of my favorite
So you're either
properties.
killing robots that are called automatons or you're killing bugs. So,
Are there fembots though? I need fembots in the game.
nope, not in
No
this one.
fembots. I might. I probably won't play it because I like you. I mean, I'm playing Elden Ring. I mean, you've played Elden Ring a lot longer than me, but I'm playing it now and I'm hooked, and that'll probably last me for the next year.
Yeah, last year through the DLC and
Yeah.
beyond.
Yes.
Yep.
And I guess Helldivers is one of these Sweet Baby Inc. games, is it?
I have no idea.
No, I don't think so.
I'm
Quite
doubting it. I mean, the language in the game is very mockingly
robust.
patriotic.
All right.
So
Okay.
it's kind of funny. It really is a lot like Starship Troopers.
Yeah, well, the movie of Starship Troopers was like
Correct.
that, satirical, like
Yeah.
do it for your country or whatever it was. All
I
the
mean,
slogans.
the thing that you're trying to do is impose uh, enforced democracy on the universe. So
Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yes, it sounds familiar. Yes, our
or
democracy. And
managed democracy, I think is
it's,
what it's called.
we must protect democracy around the world
Yeah.
by suppressing people and having wars. Sorry, did I say that out loud? How cynical is that? So Sumo's saying if I want fembots, Atomic Heart has them. Well, I'm going to play Atomic Heart at some point. It is on the list. A sexually greased refrigerator. Now, I used to know a joke about that, but it was pretty crude. It was something to do. What's the difference between a woman and a refrigerator? The refrigerator doesn't make a slurping noise when you pull your meat out of it.
Could go with that one. You could go
Told you,
with
told you it's pretty bad.
a woman can be or a fridge can be defrosted. A woman always stays frigid.
The old ones are the best. So we're already. Thankfully, I'm not monetized on these streams. I never am. So we can't be demonetized. We could be double
Neither can I.
secret.
So
We could be double secret probation demonetized. I guess.
yeah, we could just
So,
have them pull us down during the middle of the stream for showing a fight.
I know. I've actually started challenging some of the copyright claims
Yeah.
now. So after every show, on YouTube, there's about 8 or 9 copyright claims. I've started challenging them now just to see what happened because I never bothered before.
Right. How's it going with that?
They're all still a pending decision, so no one's addressed them yet. I had a little bit of luck though with one of my last live shows, which was my 2-year anniversary celebration one.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of that show, I had something like 15 copyright claims.
Yeah.
I challenged every one of them, and every one of them, they relinquished them.
Nice.
Yeah, I was very surprised, like very. And some were music, some were trailers, whatever.
Yeah.
So it can be done. So I just thought, I'm tired of these streams we do getting claim when we're just playing a clip on Twitter, let's say. So let's
Pretty
see what
much. Yeah.
Are you doing your part? Would you like to know more?
Would you like to know more?
Yeah.
So what are you having tonight?
Oh, I'm back to the old standard. I'm trying to finish this bottle. So the 1792.
Nice.
I'm trying to finish it. Maybe tonight I'll finish it.
I'm going with Redwood Empire, the cask strength of the Lost Monarch.
Oh,
because I'm actually getting low on daily drinker type bottles. I've got to go get some cheap ones. I'm down to all the expensive stuff right now.
Sipping whiskey, as they used to call it.
Yeah, well,
Cheers.
There isn't much back there that is not expensive right now. So, cheers to you.
Cheers, everybody out there. Thank
and
you
for
joining us. Yeah, so it's been an interesting night, an interesting week.
Yeah, it has.
It has. It's been so fun fact. We were talking about this before, and obviously you and I are Central Division guys.
Yep.
That's why we talk about that a lot. So the Avs, the Stars, and the Jets locked in a 3-way death struggle for the top spot in the Central. Avs beat the Stars 5-1 quite handily earlier in the week.
That was fun.
Our players were poor. They were gasping for breath. It's too high for them.
Yeah.
The Avs are 3 for 3 playing the Stars this year.
Yep.
The Stars are 3 for 3 playing the Jets this year, and the Jets are 2 for 2 playing the Avs.
It's an ugly love triangle.
It's an ugly love triangle. That's a 3-way that someone would like to break and get out of. Sure.
Somebody's going to need to, and it all needs to be ganging up on Winnipeg because they've got so many games in hand. We're both of our teams are in a little bit of trouble there.
Oh, they are. Well, I mean, we did beat them, which I was glad about because we've been pretty crap recently.
Yeah.
But today the Jets were 3-0 down against the Hurricanes at the end of the second, came back to win 5-3. So it rhymes with clucking bell, which I was thinking of. Like, come on. That's great. A loss.
Yeah.
I guess you can't write them off.
Our game today was weird too. It was I think it was 1-1 going into the third, or maybe it was 2-1 going into the third, and ended up losing 5-1. Of course, there's some empty net shenanigans and all that kind of stuff.
Was there 2 empty netters at the end? Or?
I think there was only one, but there was also a penalty called on us with like 4 minutes left. So pretty much was, there was a dagger before they even scored that one because we were already down 3-1. So.
Well, Sumo makes a good point about the Avs, given that you're not quite as good on the road, pretty average on the road, 500 basically. You need home advantage.
Well, we need home advantage, and we've got to figure out something on the road, and that's something maybe Val Nichushkin coming back next week. But our goal differential on the road compared to home, we're like plus 123 at home. We're like plus 44 on the road. I mean, it's a huge difference between how we play on the road, and our shot differential is amazingly different too. We're just not taking shots on the road.
I actually, in Val Nichushkin's case, that might not be true.
Right. Well, he's supposedly cleaned up now.
He's cleaned his act up. Him and
Sam Girard.
And Kuznetsov cleaned up his act.
Yeah.
And got out of the player assistance program and within seconds was placed on waivers by the Capitals. So, former Dynamite Stanley Cup winning player placed on waivers, and I don't think anybody claimed him.
I find that one weird that you're allowed to put him on waivers immediately out of the player assistance program. That would seem kind of like punishment for entering the program that the league promotes. But it's also the timing of we're right here at the trade deadline. And if you're trying to clear cap space, you can't tell a team you can't clear your cap space.
Well, it's unlikely anyone was going to want to take him because he's, apart from problems he may have, he certainly shouldn't be going to somewhere like Vegas, let's say. It's too much recreational fun there. He won't want to go to Canada because there's a lot of snow up here. You know, it's but $8 million a year, I think. So
yeah, that's a lot.
A lot, and he hasn't been great. But they said, the Cap said, he wanted this.
Really?
You asked for this. Remember?
Change of scenery, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Change of environment. So obviously, it's true. Washington itself is a difficult city to negotiate if you happen to have certain habits. I'm sure Washington D.C.
Yeah, I mean, all the politicians get it easy enough.
Yeah, and apparently he got excited when they were told he was going to play in Hershey because there's a lot of cocoa there. Not that I'm implying anything. I mean, but yeah. So will he go to Hershey and play? Who knows? You know, but how the mighty have fallen. It's a shame. I hope he lands on his feet somewhere. Nothing against the guy.
Well, Sam Girard went into the assistance program and came back playing like he did 3 or 4 years ago, and not like he was going, prior to it. So, and if they can get their act cleaned up, then some of the players might actually do better, not being hung over for every game.
Well, I know. I mean, it's funny because there was a couple of photographs today on Twitter of oldie timey. There was one of some guy drinking a beer, and then there was one of Gump Worsley smoking a cigarette in changing rooms.
Yeah, I mean, I did that in my 20s when we would go to the bar and play like beach volleyball at the bar. I'd have a cigarette in my mouth while we were actually playing volleyball. No hands on the cigarette, just down, ready to receive, and of course we were all doing quite a bit of drinking too. So.
Oh, I used to drink a lot when I played various things, but
bowling was real bad too.
Well, bowling and booze is just together. Bowling, snooker, pool, billiards.
Yeah, darts, my drinking team has a bowling problem.
That's right. Darts is another one. I used to be a darts league. It was really a drinking league where occasionally people would throw darts at a dartboard.
Yeah, I did a dart league for a while too. It's there's a lot of ways to get together and socially drink at a bar and pretend to be doing something important or sporting.
Yeah. So Kuznetsov, that's it's an interesting one. I mean, he may end up back in Russia. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, will he? If he goes down to Hershey, no one claims him off waivers. Will he actually turn up and play? I mean, it's $8 million. $8 million is $8 million.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna have that kind of cap space right now for an unproven, coming. If he had played a few games out of the assistance program and shown that he was kind of with it and still able to skate competitively and play competitively, then maybe. But $8 million's a lot to chance on. Who knows at this point?
Maybe Arizona could take him.
Yeah.
They've lost how many games in a row? Like 15 or something. I don't know.
Actually, they broke that today. It was 14, I think, and today they finally got a win.
Good for them. Who were they playing? I can't remember.
They were playing Ottawa.
Oh, I hate those guys.
They got a 3-0 lead, and then Ottawa pulled it back to 3-3, and I think Arizona ended up winning 5-3.
This really
actually that may not have been today. That may have been No, that was today.
It was today. This
I'm
really
pretty sure.
It annoys me because the Stars can't beat Ottawa to save themselves.
Yeah.
And that Arizona turn up and beat them.
Your kryptonite.
Yeah, they are our kryptonite. Then again, just about everybody is our kryptonite. Our opposing goaltender tonight, San Jose Sharks backup goalie, in fact, backup to the backup, Magnus Krona, which is just such a great name. As somebody said, isn't he the general that won the battle for the Babylonians at the war of whatever? Magnus Krona. There was all these jokes around it. It's large timepiece. He's only played 2 NHL games. The first one he got yanked in the first period because he lost too many goals. Tonight, stood on his head against us.
Yep.
Stood in his head. Took 7 rounds of a shootout to beat him.
I wonder if he'll get a nickname of like Cro-Magnum or something.
Cro-Magnum. I don't know. Well, he should. I mean, he was great tonight. Fair play to him. I mean, our guys were. We just like outshot them by 2-1, but nothing was going in. And but just Magnus Krona is such a funny name.
Yeah,
Magnus
it sounds like somebody competing in the strongman competition.
It does.
Hey, there's Snow Dub and Mass Graves here.
A hockey team in Arizona called Coyotes. Weak, tiny dogs that eat dead stuff. Correct.
Yeah,
Cowardly.
sometimes they eat live stuff. One of my parents' miniature schnauzer was attacked by coyotes. The only thing that saved his life was that he had one of those bark collars on, so they couldn't bite through the little box to rip out his throat. But
cowardly, you see.
Yeah,
like
he was never the same again, though. They did a number on him.
Yeah, I remember when I lived in British Columbia till a couple of years ago, and little town that we lived, city in the interior we lived in there, walking down the sidewalk in town, in the city, and there's a coyote walking up the sidewalk the other way.
Yeah.
So it's not just in Arizona. We've got them up here too.
You got to worry if that one's rabid, because they should have a fear of man unless they're rabid.
He's just trotting up there, no problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, today's games, Flames are still playing against the Penguins. Flames look like they're in sell-off mode, which we'll talk about. I'm sure.
And the Penguins should be too.
They should be.
The Penguins should be blowing it all up.
Instead, they're just blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should be blowing it up. Yes. What are they waiting for? Panthers.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how long it takes before we get Crosby in a trade for our 2C to play with McKinnon for at least one season of his career.
Oh, you could have taken Kuznetsov.
Yeah.
There's a lot of snow in Denver.
Do you know what the street value of this is?
Look
at all this snow.
Look at all this snow. In Denver, snow eat you. Snow swallow you. Panthers, good win against the Wings, 4-0. Wings have been doing well recently. Been some big scores.
Yeah, and they finally broke their skid with us. We had beat them every game for, I think, 10 years straight.
Wow.
And they finally got us. That actually may have been last week. We may have even talked about that last week. I can't remember. It all gets jumbled at some point in the season.
Where are we? What year is this in? So Panthers doing well there. Oilers beat the Kraken 2-1.
Kraken suck.
Yeah, they do. The Blues in the battle of the also ran dregs of the Central. The Blues beat the Wild 3-1.
Yeah, they're both. I mean, they're not completely out of it, but they're out of it.
That's game that was known as the Who Cares Bowl.
Yep. We already talked about this one.
Sabres beat the Knights 7-2. Now, the Golden Knights, of course, we talked about last week with their LTIR shenanigans. But as it turns out, they really are crap right now.
Yeah. Well, they've got 2 guys that they have put on LTIR.
Yeah.
I mean, because Jack Eichel's also there.
Well, he's been on IR for a long time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I've had him on my IR list on fantasy for, a couple months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that's 2 big players that they're missing. One legitimately injured. One, who knows?
Mark Stone is suffering from the trade deadline flu, I believe.
But now they're saying he may not be back for the playoffs, so we'll see.
They're saying that.
They're saying it.
That's
the reports.
Odds? What are the Vegas odds on that?
I don't think Vegas will give odds on their own teams like that.
No. So the Leafs managed to beat the Rangers in the shootout. Damn.
We've got a few clips from that game.
Yeah. Oh, we have. Rempe.
That kid for the Rangers. I mean, that guy's insane.
He's one of them is in the "you can't do that" though, I think, category.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a fight. We've got a big hit from him.
Huge hit.
His face. I mean, he's only played like 5-6 games now, and only maybe 20 minutes amongst all those games. I think. I mean, it's not like he's on the ice that much, but he is making, shockwaves throughout the league in how he's playing.
He's becoming a bit of a superstar, which is.
He's
weird.
Becoming a superstar for. Possibly having the shortest career in the history of the NHL at the rate he's going.
Yeah. Well, at least he'll be remembered.
Yeah.
I played 6 games, but by God, they remember me.
But there was at least a fight in every single one of them.
That's right. Lightning 4, Canadiens 3. That's a shame. Montreal were up in that game for quite a long time. However, who cares?
However, that's the wrong conference. We don't care.
I only vaguely care for fantasy reasons.
Right.
Flyers 4, Senators 2. You see, the Senators if the Senators' problem is they're not playing the Stars. If they played the Stars every week, every game, easy win.
Yeah. Flyers have been looking pretty good though this season.
Well, they have, and yet they're still talking about possibly getting rid of or being sellers at the deadline, or who knows? It's weird.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it's only, a week?
Yeah. The Bruins melted down yet again, which, given my reliance on Ullmark and Swayman as 2 of my goalies.
And my reliance on Marchand and Pasta.
Yeah.
One goal does not a high-scoring fantasy team make.
No. Imagine letting the Islanders beat you 5-1. I mean, that's just...
Well, the Islanders had the goal empty from the first whistle.
Oh, that's right. They didn't play a goalie the entire game.
Yeah, so it was a consistent power play throughout the whole game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with Patrice Roy.
Did you see another coach followed suit this week?
Did they? Oh,
I did not grab the clip because there wasn't one, but somebody pulled their goalie with like 8.5 minutes left this week. So he's having the same effect that he did last time he was a head coach.
Everyone's going to be doing it soon. In fact, coaches will be competing to see who can pull their goalie first.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, somebody else did it this week, and it's like, you guys are insane.
Very rarely works at that stage of the game.
Yeah.
Jackets 5, Blackhawks 2, so the Blackhawks continue to do what they do so well. And then Stars Sharks, which, as I say, was a real shit show. I mean, I guess if you were a neutral, it was an exciting game, but my God, as a Stars fan, it was like, when are we actually going to put this puck in the net?
Right.
Like, can we actually just put the puck in the net? I mean, stop this opportunity count.
Sumo says Islanders are on a 3-game winning streak. We have a chance.
Yes. You never know. So the standings, we'll look at different views, but there's the Panthers, Panthers and the Bruins. It's weird because they have not been playing well, yet they're still second.
Well, they had a pretty good lead going into them starting their slump. So,
yeah. And it has been a slump because when I look back at they've lost like
3-2-5 in the last 10.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. The Leafs keep on winning some tough games.
Yeah. 9-1 in the last 10. So
interesting. Still, it's not like they're in the first round of the playoffs. That's a different story.
Yeah.
The Wings are still fighting hard. Rangers, Hurricanes, and Flyers. Hurricanes should be ashamed of themselves today. But yeah, the Islanders, well, they're still hanging. In fact, let's look at the wild card there because the Islanders are third in the wild card standings.
Yep. 6 points behind, but they've got 3 games in hand on Tampa Bay and 1 on Detroit.
Could be done because I think Tampa Bay could be the weak one there.
Well, 3 games, 3 wins. That's 6 points. That has you tied with the same amount of games remaining. And we're down to between 20 to 23 games left in the season for all the teams.
Yep.
But of course, even look at the games played behind the wild card teams. I mean, the points are there for the 2 wild card teams, but there's so many games in hand behind them. Tampa Bay's got to really be worried at this point. That's a lot of teams that have a lot of ground that they can make up on them.
Caps have got 4 games in them yet. And even the Penguins have got...
Penguins have 6 games on them.
6 games in them. Not that they're likely to win them, but... Yeah.
But if they did, that's 12 points. That actually puts you ahead of them.
I'm still rooting for the Sabres. I'm rooting for the Sabres. Go Sabres.
I think the Sabres will be probably getting rid of Eric Johnson at the trade deadline.
Yeah. So you might, yes, that's a good move. I mean, you're good at dumping players, aren't you?
Yeah.
You got rid of another one.
We knew he was done.
Yeah. So the Stars still sit proudly atop the Central for some unknown reason because we have been shit recently. I guess beating the Jets helped.
Yeah.
They have still got 4 games in hand.
Yeah, I do not like these situations.
No.
I'm used to the Avs having the games in hand at the end of the season because it always seems to work out that way. It's rare that we don't have the games in hand.
So the Canucks and the Oilers and the Knights, well, the Canucks are well in charge there, I think.
Yeah.
Although Oilers have got 4 games in hand. So.
Yep.
And then the Preds have sneakily caught up a little bit after having won 8 games in a row. You know what started that? When we beat them 9-2 or 9-1. Ever since then,
thank you for that because their 8th win was against us today. So
ever since then, we've struggled to score, and they've won 8 games in a row. So, but then they're talking about Saros. Juicy Saros is on the trade.
They said they will not trade him at this point.
They shouldn't. Not right now.
No, they're in a playoff spot, so no reason to. Let's check the. Well, that is the wild card standing. Yeah. Yeah. So they're in at the moment.
Yeah, I mean they've still got to catch up. They're still 7 points behind you. So.
Yeah.
But they're in the top wild card, so.
Right.
They're looking pretty good. Yeah.
Chances are whoever will the Central will be playing Nashville.
I like my odds, so I hope we finish top because I like my odds against Nashville. We've got good record against them. So
yeah.
Against you guys, different.
Right. I'd rather play Nashville than the Kings, definitely.
So yeah. So things are starting to, and the Blackhawks are just outside.
Just a little. Their goal differential is improving a little bit.
Well, it's actually better than the Sharks.
Yeah, it was at like 121.
Yeah. See, that's Bedard. The Bedard effect. I wish I had a clip of him getting absolutely hammered in a game recently.
I can't wait until Monday. They're trying to threaten that they are going to go after Josh Manson for a slash to Bedard's hand in the last game.
Yeah.
And nobody on that team is going to go up against Josh Manson. So
no.
It might be a chippy game on Monday though. We'll see.
I think Bedard's got quite a bit to go before I don't think he's tough enough yet.
Oh no, he's not tough enough to go up against anybody.
He's struggling a bit with the physicality, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He, unlike Dallas Stars root prospect, who's now firmly in the team, Logan Stankoven.
Yeah. He's been lighting it up.
He has been lighting it up. I mean, he was very close today to getting a couple of goals. Rattled the pipes a couple of times. But his first 4 games got 3 goals. And he's just like dynamite. I saw him he steals the puck off guys.
Yeah.
Like 10 times in a game. I don't know whether it's because he's very little and he can get inside them, but he's taking the puck off guys all the time. And for a little guy, he battles hard. But yeah, 3 goals, 4 games.
In the game against us, his name was getting called non-stop by the announcers.
He was virtually the only bright spot in that game for us. Him and Johnston, White Johnston. I can't wait till our other guy comes up, Maverick Bork, because that 3 on a line will just be absolute dynamite.
Yeah.
So good for Logan though. Very pleased for him. Lovely little guy. He's comics division height, you know.
Yeah, he's taller than comics. It's hard to beat comics division's height.
That's true. You know what? He's probably taller than me. I'm pretty sure. You'll find out in Vegas. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Coming up in a month and a week or so.
Yeah, well, I got it all sorted. And if WG is listening, we do want to go to the Avs game on the 14th. We need to go to the
Avs and Golden Knights.
Yeah. So WG, if you're listening, we're going. So
yeah, let's do it. That's the Sunday night.
Oh, that'll be fun. The 3 of us going to that would be a lot of fun. So yeah, the trade stuff is starting to happen. I mean, it's gonna
just a little.
So the first domino fell when the Stars acquired Chris Tanev in a weird 3-way. They had a weird 3-way with the Devils and the Flames. I still can't understand it, but we ended up with.
Of course, you had to have the Flames involved for a 3-way between 2 men's teams.
That's right. So we ended up with Tanev, which is brilliant because that's exactly what we need. Our defense is lacking. This guy's going to be great for us. A bit of good stay-at-home guy.
And, of course, another old guy.
And another old guy. But he's just a rental, so what do we
care?
He's probably just he's a rental. And, you know, the talk from the Flames and a lot of people was, oh, well, it's going to take a first-round pick and a top prospect to get this guy.
Not for a 14-year veteran.
No, we gave up a second-round pick and one of our defense guys down in the minors, and he's Khrushchev. He's probably going to be a 5-6 guy eventually. He's not great. He's okay. I think we did quite well.
You give up a second round? It's just showing the 4th round pick to the Devils.
No, we give up a second round, 2024 second round.
Okay.
We have a conditional 3rd round.
Okay.
But that's conditional on us making the Stanley Cup final. So
now that's conditional on you guys, or that's
on us.
So Jersey just retained salary and sent Tanev.
They retained salary. Retained salary, and they got a 4th round pick. But we got Cole Brady, who's I think he's a goalie.
Backup goalie.
Yeah. So every time at the trade deadline, fans go crazy with, oh, it's going to take a 1st round pick and it's going to take this and that. This is the reality of most trades, I think. Didn't give up. We didn't give up that much. Really.
Most rentals are picks.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of big names moving back and forth usually. It's you get a couple 2nd round, 3rd round picks for a name.
Yeah, and it wasn't even we didn't even give up that much. It's just a rental. But anyway, he's going to be a great addition to us because our defense is one of our weak points.
Yeah.
Along with all the other weak points. But that is the one that needed fixing. So
that's the one you were actually worried about?
Yes. So this one is a good one. Well played to the Stars. Whether or not, I mean, it's likely he will go elsewhere. He's just a rental, I think. But hey, they're even talking about going back to Calgary. But how often do you ever see that?
Yeah.
Rental signing back at the team that let them go. You don't see that.
And it's happened, but it's typically understood this is going to happen if we don't win the cup, that kind of thing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I don't think he's going to go back to Calgary, but I don't
I
think
doubt it. Why would you want to at this point?
Yeah,
At this point in your career, you better be trying to win or get one last paycheck. That's about it.
They're also talking about selling Hannafin and various other guys. Markstrom. So a lot of speculation there. But you guys, you got rid of McDermott, didn't you?
Yeah. Curtis McDermott.
You got sent
him for nothing, but we cleared out some cap space so that we can make some moves in the next week, I think.
New Jersey yet again in the middle. These guys like being the filler in the sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guy that we got is, I don't think he's going to make any impact anytime soon. It looked like he has had, 30 goals or 30 points in 143 games or something like that. So not a guy that I think is an important part of this trade. I really do think this was just McFarland trying to clear out some cap space so that we've got some room to make a move. Because we've got to get a 2C or a goalie.
So who do you think you're likely to get in those positions, if you can get anybody?
I honestly have no clue. Because Fleury, they are not putting him on the market in Vegas. Saros is not going to be on the market, so I don't know who you're looking at for backup goalies at the moment.
Markstrom is the only goalie that seems likely to be on the market.
Yeah, and I don't know that. I mean, Anunen has not been horrible in a couple of starts for us now. I think he's played 5 games. He got his first shutout this week against the Blackhawks. I think their bigger concern at this point is finding the 2C, because even if you run Georgiev into the ground, you're not going to play your backup goalie in the playoffs either way. So what does the backup goalie really matter except for, giving your guy a little bit of rest? And as long as we can hold on to our spot, we can run with what we've got, I think. But the 2C, we've got to get some scoring out of that second line. We've got possibly the best third line in hockey, and the second line is not near as good.
Yeah, you're right, because typically in the playoffs, you'll play your main goalie all the time. Maybe you'll play him 6 out of 7 games. You're number one.
Yeah.
They're gonna be worked. So
yes.
You don't have to worry too much about the backup. You just need serviceable, not stellar.
Correct. You've just got to get to the end of the season, because the number one is going to play the whole time either way, unless he's injured, which we've had that happen over the past few years. We've lost out on 2 cups probably because of injured goalies, but I don't think it would have made a difference if we had made a trade for a better backup in the past few years either. So,
indeed. So, who's available at forward? Well, you're looking for a C, of course. So,
yep,
not just a forward. But, just trying to see.
I still think it'll be interesting if we can swing something for Crosby. I don't know that he's even available, but that's the whispering that keeps going around.
See, it strikes me that Crosby is the kind of guy that might want to say, I've been a one-club man.
It's possible.
But then again...
He may be sick of losing, and if they're going to blow up the team, he may not want to sit there through a rebuild.
Chance to win another cup. Exactly, yeah.
Well, chance to win another cup, and, I mean, it's got to be miserable being on a middling team, and if they're going to blow it up, then you're really... a guy like Crosby is not going to appreciate going through a rebuild again.
No. So this could be the year, yeah. He could jump ship there. And Adam Henrique is a centre that's being talked about.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would fit your mold. He'd certainly be okay. I mean, he's pretty good. So.
Yeah.
The one that interests me is not in the forwards, it's in the defence side. Noah Hannafin, if the Flames are burning it down, then Hannafin is a prized asset, he would take a little more to get. Plus, he's younger. And if you could re-sign that guy, that would be worth a team looking for a D getting,
Well, they offered him an 8-year contract, and he's basically saying no because he never signed it. So, yeah, they're going to move him.
Yeah,
he obviously does not want to be there.
No, and neither does Markstrom. He's making public statements that he doesn't want to be there. And I live near Calgary. I can understand that. It's actually not that bad, but it's there are probably better markets to be in. But hey, nobody wants to be, other than maybe highly paid Toronto players, nobody wants to be in a Canadian team.
Right. But they want a Quebec team back.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Sumo, I don't know that I could see Crosby actually being traded, but it's one of those things that's being whispered about, so I figured I'd at least put it out there.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting if it were to happen.
It would be. That would be huge. Huge.
And the Avs have a history of crazy huge deals during Stanley Cup runs.
Walker and Sealer of the Flyers in defense as well. That would be it. And if somebody, I mean, they may not want to get rid of them now, but they would be a great pairing because they come as a pair. So
But I don't know why they would be selling.
And yet that's what they've been talking about that for weeks. It's been speculation for weeks. Why would
maybe it's because they're not planning on signing them long term, so see what you can get to make this run. But I don't know if you're really selling then. I think you're trying to get actual players in return, not doing like the picks for player type thing. You're going to actually swap out players to a place that they might go to and actually sign if they're, I mean, it's probably not meant to be a rental situation. It's probably meant to be a new home situation.
I guess so, yeah. But it's always a fun time of year.
Yep.
And some years you go, yes, we got something out of this. And other years you go, our bloody GM did nothing.
Yeah.
And yet he's probably tried and nothing. Because guys have got to want to go somewhere.
That's where we were last year. It was like, okay, we're gearing up for another Stanley Cup run, and let's do nothing.
Yeah, but you just don't know behind the scenes. Players might go, I don't want to go there, or
yeah. At some point, you're just an asset, though, and they're a business. They don't necessarily care whether you want to go somewhere, unless you got a no trade clause. It doesn't matter what the player thinks usually.
So, I mean, Sumo's Sassy Southern Mill, did I miss Brian's tears? Did I cry?
Oh, we haven't done a ton of talking about the Avalanche Dallas game. We just mentioned what happened.
Look, I'm used to bitter disappointment. Bitter disappointment are my middle names.
There were a whole bunch of people watching the Avs game that afternoon or evening.
I mean, I was a little bit kind of miffed in the night, as I would be, or during it. But at the end of the day, it was a back-to-back. It's in Denver. We actually played okay, I thought. We weren't that bad. It was just, you guys are just on fire, and
I mean, here, let's just show this goal, and it'll kind of tell you. It'll kind of tell you how this whole thing went.
That's the end of the show. Time to go home. Good night, everybody.
So watch the passing here. I've got it in slow-mo. Makar passes to Lehkonen, passes to McKinnon. There's nothing that could be done on that.
See,
everybody's in position, technically. They're trying to skate with them, but, I mean, what do you do there?
Right there is where our sniper in the stands should have kicked in.
So that's just kind of how that game went. You guys weren't playing a bad game.
No, we played okay.
Our guys were just actually playing pretty well that day.
We had our chances too. They visibly did look tired in a back-to-back. And Mile High. I think if it hadn't been a back-to-back, we would have had a better chance. But hey.
And like we both said, the third period, I think both teams just wanted to get out of there.
It was like, we know this is over.
It was it's 5-1. Let's just, skate around and pretend we're still playing in the third period.
Kill each other.
Yeah.
And we're
both playoff teams. We don't need injuries going into the playoffs. Just get through it. We'll beat each other up in the playoffs.
This game is over.
Yep.
And of course, we went out and beat the Jets next game. So
Well, and you guys did that to us last year. I mean, there was a game. It was the one that I did the watch along with. The only time I've ever done the watch along, and Dallas beat the living crap out of us. So, well, you were owed.
Hey, I didn't gloat, to be fair.
I know.
I didn't gloat too much, but there was.
I'm just showing the one goal. Because that was a beautiful play.
It was. No, yeah, I mean, you guys were. It's hard to stop those guys in your team when they're playing. It's very hard.
Yeah, when their passes are on the tape, they're really good.
I mean, they're fast and they're skillful. So what are you going to do? You have to be 100% if you're going to get anything.
Yeah.
Sabres were good tonight. Sabres were good today. I like the Sabres. I'm rooting for them. Rooting for Buffalo. I used to go to a lot of games in Buffalo. I'm rooting for them to get out of this slump and get back to the playoffs in this century, if possible.
They've got a little while to do it then.
Sumo said Penguins front office still thinks they can win with the old core. That's his reasoning. They probably still think that. They probably think that they can retool around that core and win, but that core's it's going to take too long for that core, I think.
Yeah.
Anywho, I think it's probably time for some kind of advertisement.
You do that, and I'll start loading up some video for us to watch.
Do that. Do it.
CCM SuperTax AS1 protective gear was designed to give players powerful protection. With impact protection technology from D3O, this is CCM's most powerful and customizable.
What? This stuff is real cool. Oh.
You can't beat Ovi in an advert, can you?
No. That's one thing he's good at. I guess scoring you could say he's good at. But
yeah. Well, apparently Kuznetsov's good at scoring too, but that's...
a different kind of scoring.
Different kind of...
So the first video I've got for us tonight is actually from, I believe it's a high school sectionals final.
Holy shit. That's
and
deep.
Something I have not happened before.
Stop there, feeble shot, score!
So that's a win. Look at the fans.
Oh my god.
The student section got a little bit excitable.
A little bit excited.
The student section blew out 2 pieces of glass.
Wow.
Celebrating in a high school game.
Jesus.
And that's just a goal in the second. That's just going up 2-0 in the second period.
You actually have to give them credit, though. It wasn't the high school fans that went through the glass. It was the security. They pushed them.
They pushed them so hard.
I
think all those yellow shirts are the students.
Oh, they are.
Because there's a ton of them mixed in there.
I thought they were the
orange jacket right there in the middle is probably the security guy, but all those yellow, I think that's the team colors or something, because there's a lot of them in the crowd if you look.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, because it looked to me like usher type jackets. But nice goal though, well taken. But yeah, wow, smash, yes,
crazy.
That is crazy.
So I had never seen anything like that before.
How did they break that? I mean, it shouldn't. You would think it would fall. The whole thing would fall over, not break. Like that.
Yeah, you would think that. But, I mean, it's also probably at some municipal hockey rink that is not meant for, fans to be pounding.
I've been to a lot of games in those rinks, and usually people are just sitting there like this.
Yeah. Good to see people excited about high school hockey, I guess.
Absolutely. I wonder where that was. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can look and see if it had a...
I'm guessing it's a traditional hockey area of some kind. So what's while you're looking for that, let's What have we got? Oh, I've got something here. So, hang on. I've got the usual shenanigans while I tee it up. Oh. Okay. Why is that not added to the scene? There we go. So this is a former Dallas star and a guy who I've met a few times, Matty Janmark. Not necessarily noted for his fighting, but this was a spirited little scrap, I thought. So let me just transition that. There we go. Play.
We've got to fight that breaks up letting them fly.
Holy jeez.
Wow. Coleman trying to answer back. Spirited tilt.
Wow. And I think Janmark surprised Coleman here and how aggressive he was.
I had that one in my list as well.
I just liked it because it's Matty Janmark, and I've got a soft spot for him, having met him a few times in Dallas. And I never realised he'd ended up at the Oilers, so he's actually doing quite well. But that was not a bad scrap because he's not noted for being a fighter.
Right.
And was that Blake Coleman he was fighting there? No. Yeah, it was Blake Coleman.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, who's one of my fantasy stalwarts, so I hope he didn't injure him.
And a former Av.
Former Av, and of course that was the Battle of Ontario.
Yes.
Ontario, Alberta, sorry.
The Battle of Alberta, yeah.
Battle of Alberta. Bless them.
Which was one of the last things that happened last week.
How come I've screwed up this?
I don't know what you did. So we'll just transition to, here is an interesting situation. I want everybody's thoughts on this. So when a player's skate blade breaks, they have to get off the ice to get the new blade.
Yes.
Apparently, if a goalie's does, they blow the whistle even if the other team's got scoring chances.
No, that's not fair.
No. There's no reason this whistle should have been blown in my mind.
So, yeah, and there's no, the refs never, the officials never have to answer for that.
No.
It's just a player, they're a player like any other player.
Yeah, if they lose their blade, they should be screwed just like anybody else who is on the ice. You don't blow it dead and tell the guy, okay, sorry you lost your blade. No, we've seen refs push people to the bench because they couldn't skate, and we've seen other players help them, and we've seen them scramble across. But I have never seen them call a live play dead for a goalie skate.
In fact, quite the opposite. I've seen many instances when the goalie's lost a bit of equipment or lost a blade where they've not called it.
In my mind, the only time it should be called or whistled is if the goalie's helmet comes off. And that's only if there is not an imminent scoring chance. If there's an imminent scoring chance, it shouldn't matter.
Unless you're Ben Bishop of the Dallas Stars and you could be hit in the head and your bucket comes off and play continues.
Yeah.
Because that's what the refs decided was good, and then the other team scores. In the Stanley Cup playoff. But never mind, I'm not bitter or anything, but you know.
No, of course not.
But yeah, that was weird. And do you know what else I saw? That I think it was in the Stars-Jets game. One of the Jets players lost a blade, and a penalty was called against the Stars. Because
for what?
Well, exactly. We're like, for what? The guy lost he fell over because he lost a blade. And they
thought he was tripped?
Yeah.
Or
they called a tripping penalty. Nobody touched him. It was, are you kidding?
Interesting.
Are you kidding us? But hey, good night, Jacob. Sleep.
Thanks for hanging out, Jacob.
Yeah. Anyway.
How about we have the first of our mini Rempe looks tonight?
It's the Rempe Palooza.
This one is just a big hit. Not necessarily a you can't do that, because I think it's a perfectly legal hit.
I had it written in that category.
Did you?
Yes.
Good job on the penalty kill by the
Kaboom.
Whoa. Rempe with a big hit on the Labushkin.
Right.
And Labushkin just
Ricky
signed for the
goes
Leafs,
in,
of
and
course.
It just is one thought on his mind, right?
Oh.
Man, I tell you.
I mean, that's a big hit, but I don't know that it's you can't do that. He leaves one foot. Other foot's still on the ice.
I thought both feet were off the ice.
One foot looks like it's still on the ice the whole time.
It's borderline.
His back, I mean, he's going in sideways. It's the foot that's away from the player is in the air, but his other foot is planted all the way through.
Yeah. See, Labushkin had just signed for Toronto as well. He was one of he's a trade.
Yeah.
Line trade.
But man, that kid is a freaking tank.
6'9".
Yeah, and he looks every bit of it on the ice.
The thing is, eventually he is going to hurt somebody, like really hurt them.
That or hurt himself.
Could be, yeah, could be. However,
that's a lot of wear and tear he's putting on his body in a very short amount of time already.
I personally thought that was not a good hit. I think he did have both skates off, but and he's a big guy. He doesn't even have to have one skate off the ground.
Nope.
Like, why does he need to elevate himself even more? You know. But,
stand back. There's a Rimpe coming through.
Good evening to the old man cometh.
Good evening.
So we had more Rempe though. That's not all the Rempe we have.
Oh, we've got a ton of Rimpe.
We got a ton of Rempe. The new superstar.
And at least two more of them are from that same game. So,
well, they were hyping up the Ryan Reeves Rempe.
That's the one I'm pulling up right now.
Hyping it up.
So, big fight.
Let me
just get the.
I was rooting for Rempe in that one.
And Reeves had asked him to go earlier, and he declined. But once they got behind, I think that was when he was like, okay.
The thing is, his arms are so long.
Yeah.
I'll just hold you over there. I think Reeves did it. Put up a relatively good show here, though. It was 50-50.
Yeah, for the size difference, that's a pretty good showing.
Yeah, I think he did quite well. Pains me to say that, but he did.
All right, I'm going to mute it because of the music. I mean, the fight's what we're watching either way. We don't need the Beastie Boys. But the funny thing is, he keeps jabbing him with the hand that's holding his jersey too.
Yeah.
He gets Reeves a few good times in the chin, just with the hand that's holding the jersey.
That's right.
Because he doesn't have to really worry about any retaliation coming back. The guy can't reach him.
Holds it like that. I'm looking forward to him fighting Logan Stankoven. He's 5'7.5", so that would be interesting.
It's funny. My daughter, who I told you, I took her to a game about a week and a half ago, and suddenly she is all hockey all the time. She's watching games that I don't even watch. I mean, she'll be sitting there either knitting or playing video games, and she'll have my streaming service on her phone watching whatever game is on. She just texted me about 2 minutes ago. Did you see the Rempe versus Reeves fight tonight? I was like, we just showed it on my show.
She's really getting into this.
She really is. It's weird because she is not the type that would normally have cared at all. And I had taken her to tons of games before this one. This one just got her attention. That, or she got to the age where all the players look good to her.
Well, I was going to say, is it the rampant masculinity? Perhaps
yeah.
It's doing it? Yeah.
Possibly.
There's a nice juxtaposition there. I think both of them were reasonably satisfied. I'm a bit worried about the fact that Reeves has got his knuckle dusters.
Right.
That's what it looks. And he's also got. Did they wear latex gloves? Because look at his hand there. Look at the skin.
Nah, I think it's just wrinkled the way he's got it against his leg. Just pressure.
No, it looks like he's an android. He does. It's like, he looks like an android there. That's weird.
But yeah, that black eye is not from this fight. That's from 2 or 3 nights ago.
Yeah.
Because he's looked like that all week.
It could be he's going to burn out, because this is...
Yeah, he's getting in a fight or two every single game.
Yeah. Anyway. So,
Should we stick with fights?
I think we should. I've got at least one more myself, but
Because we're not going to really call fights the you can't do that.
no.
So let's go over here to the Panthers and the Red Wings.
I have to say, Old Man Cometh is both feet are off the ground too, and I agree. Oh. Oh, I heard.
It's always nice to see Kachuk get leveled.
Exactly. Any Kachuk. Oh, come on. This is a late night drunken dance at the end of the night. When
Silver, she's 15.
She. I can understand how she'd be interested in these guys, but she needs to behave herself.
Well, she also told me that Bedard is overrated and they need to stop talking about him.
She's well played.
So,
Well
in the week and a half of her getting interested in hockey, she's already learned that Bedard is talked about way too much.
Way too much, yeah.
But that also included a Blackhawks versus Avs game. So we got plenty of it in that game.
Good for her. This is, yeah.
So yeah, chippy game.
Chippy game, as Sumo was saying, yeah.
And I think we had a you can't do that from that game too that I've got saved.
Do it.
That also involves Mr. Kachuk. But
Mr. Upchuck.
So
Sorry. I've got
one more fight.
I have a fight, and it's the other Tanev, his brother. Chris Tanev of the Dallas Stars. His brother, of course, Brandon. He's fairly chippy himself, so let's have a little look at that.
Tanev and Connor Garland. And Tanev pounds away on Garland.
This is the Tanev I like. I want this one.
Yeah.
Short but sweet.
And Tanev pounds away on
He
Garland.
beat the crap out of him.
He did. But not only that, he's got great hair. I mean, you just got to see this here.
The main.
Watch him flip his hair back there. Look at that. Come on, he's a god. I'm so jealous. So Brandon Tanev, the other Tanev. I'd love to have both of them on the team. That'd be great.
Right.
The fun, the excitement, the drama. Brandon Tanev's hair. He has the flow.
The hair.
The hair. He's got the weave. He has the weave.
Like somebody else we know.
Like someone else we know so well.
Another controversial call. We'll see what everybody in the chat thinks. This is Edmonton and LA. Edmonton gets a goal here. He's not happy about it. So let's watch this when they slow it down, and you guys tell us, is this interference or not? No, Culture could not hold his own in a hockey fight. So from most angles, it looks like nothing here.
He could hold his own in a weaving competition.
So here's the one where it shows the guy in the blue. Is there really any argument for goalie interference there? I think the refs got this one right and no called it. I don't know what Riddick is so furious about because it does not look like anything's happening.
But he does that all the time. He goes nuts. There is absolutely no interference there whatsoever.
That's how I see it. Having a skate in the blue does not mean you're interfering with the goalie.
No, he has no case whatsoever. He's
Good.
a moaning git.
I'm glad most people seem to think that is the correct call there, because I was looking at it going, what the hell is he whining about?
He's a moaning whiner. He always has been. If you're watching the show, though, David, we love you.
Right.
But yeah, he's there's no interference there. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Never in a million years. So, actually, I wanted to just while we're on the Brandon Tanev subject, this guy takes great photographs. I mean, this guy is the best. Look at this.
He constantly looks puzzled or scared.
He's got no.
That's his actual picture for the team.
Yes, that's his picture on many.
That had to have been a bet.
Yeah, I mean, look at this one. This guy takes the greatest photographs. This one's a little less, This one.
No, but he's still got the crazy stare going.
He has. This one's called the Kuznetsov. I mean, I just love this guy. I want him. We got the wrong Tanev. I want this guy. He's so good. But anyway, takes great pictures. What else? Oh, I know what we've got. I'll show this now that I'm here.
Okay.
It's just a GIF, but I think this is in our show intro that we put together, the montage.
Yeah, I think it is.
Vintage hit, and it just came up again on Twitter, so kaboom. It's talking of the glass getting shattered. Go and visit the fans. Go on.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
Because it didn't seem like they were going...
no.
Yeah, they're going into the glass, but it didn't seem like it was something that should have shattered that glass. But then again, that's before the seamless glass.
Yeah, I think it was just momentum. I mean, it wasn't even a hit. It was just a shove, and then the two of them, the momentum kept going.
Yeah, just full speed in.
Yeah, head over heels. Yeah. Look how low the glass is as well. You're right.
Yeah.
That's
back in the day when you actually had to watch out for pucks.
Yeah, you could get smacked in the head.
How about a goalie screw up?
Oh, do it.
Unfortunately, I think it's your goalie, based on what you said.
Up a lot.
Ullmark wants this play back.
He's been terrible recently.
Lazily plays the puck directly into the other team.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Directly into the goal.
It would have been a lot simpler if he just put it into his own net to start with.
Might as well have just not done anything.
Just cut the middleman out.
That was so lazy looking. I don't know what he was... Put it to the wall. Why would you... a goalie will get pissed at any player that puts the puck in front of the goal. So why would you hit it straight up instead of just knocking it straight to the wall?
I think, to be fair, that is Ullmark's game recently has been just like that. It's just been awful.
Yeah. Well, that would explain why they're having some troubles with winning lately.
And Swayman's not been much better. Last year, though, they were lights out, that pair. This year, meh. And Ullmark's been pretty bad.
Yeah. But that was definitely, he would like that play back, I think.
I think he would, yes. The trouble is, he's not getting it.
No.
Tough shit on you. I don't know if we've got... it's not our clip, but I did want to talk briefly about another deal that was done. It wasn't a trade, but the Canucks re-signed Peterson.
Worked out a deal?
Yeah. 8-year deal. I think it's 11-point-something million per year. So they've signed him up for a long time.
Yep.
I think it's a sign.
The way this season's going, that's probably a wise move because even though they're kind of overperforming this year, I still think, you've got some good players there that you may want to keep that core around.
Yeah, I'd never expected them to be doing what they're doing this year, but he has played lights out, and I think they're doing the right thing. And 11.8 million, 11.6 million. Hey, that's chump change if you were Toronto. So for Vancouver, that's a pretty good deal,
That's a lot of money, though. That's
yeah.
That's putting them up there at the upper echelon of players.
But he's in his prime, 25. So 25 plus 8. It's his prime years. So it is a lot of money, but I mean, he's there. He's performing well. So good for them.
Yep, and we're expecting a good bump in the salary cap next year, I believe. So
I think so, yeah. So the Vegas Golden Knights will be able to put even more guys on LTIR before next year's trade deadline.
Gonna have to. We go from one bad goalie play to a good goalie play.
Oh.
This one's easier to see when it slows it down, but this was a beauty of a save. Samsonov.
Yeah.
Just absolutely robs this.
Oh, yeah.
Gets across, hits him in the blocker, and knocks the stick out of his hand, but he blocked the shot and stayed on top of it.
Good.
Oh. We may have lost the stream there for a little bit. Silver just said, what the heck? And then, okay, the stream is back. So,
in which...
Silver's probably in my YouTube, so maybe my YouTube went down and yours stayed up?
Mine seems to be okay. I haven't seen it being interrupted, but I think, I don't know, there's been some internet issues today, whether that's everywhere or just here, I don't know.
Well, we have been known to be pulled down before, so it could have just been they went after mine, but not yours.
I didn't.
Because I doubt they have the same algorithm hitting every single person.
Yeah, well, obviously my channel is so big. So,
oh, yes.
It's
well,
so
compared
big.
to mine.
It's so big. I don't see any issues with mine, no.
No, I just... Silver said something, and I've only got Silver and Godzillionaire in there, I think. So
it's lagged a little bit occasionally, but...
Silver, Rumble's an option, or Brian's channel's an option, if it happens again.
Go to Rumble, yeah.
I know you like Rumble better anyway.
Hey, Davina's here. Good to see you, Davina.
Hey, Davina.
So we should check...
standings?
Our standings in our fantasy.
Yes.
Let's check the fantasy. The ship called Fantasy. So, with one game still playing, with about 2 minutes left, I think the Penguins are up 3-2 in the Flames. I think one of my players is a Flames player. I think I've got Coleman. So right now, someone called Brahma is top.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yoko, oh no. You are indeed leading. It's changed all week between you, me, and Mikey.
Yep. Shutout today really helped.
Yeah. For a while, I mean, you've got 1.5 points change. It was less earlier, but the shutout did help you. Again, most of the change is around a very narrow range of stuff. So
yeah, the interesting thing was this morning, Belle was up 1.5 points, and she ends the day down 0.5 points.
Yeah. I don't know what you're doing, Belle. What is it? You should be winning. But things like the goalie wins, very narrow range of change there, and that affects it. Goals. So I was bottom on goals until a couple of weeks ago. When I slightly changed my strategy, I'm now above.
But there's four of us right there,
Bell,
190 to 195.
So if it change, that change makes quite a big swing.
Yep.
So we're really just very narrow ranges in certain points now. So.
Yeah. Well, even on the shutouts, 8-7-6-5, 4-3. I mean, shutouts are rare, but I mean, Tay and Smokey had that like 1 week where they both just jumped from like 4 to 8, 4 to 7. It was a crazy week.
It's principally around, to me, the changes in the points and standings are around wins, goalie wins, goals, and a couple of other narrow ranges where we're swapping the same points back and forward.
Yeah, there's not many other points that have much movement at all at this point.
and if you look at the games played, you and I are almost equal now. Smokey's really cut
Smokey's
down.
been sitting on it.
He's been sitting on it. It might come back to haunt us because he's well.
Yeah, he's got games in hand, just like in the actual standings.
Yeah. So you're top at the moment, though. It's actually an interesting format, this rotisserie, because it could go right to the last game, to the last player in the last game.
Yeah, because we may all be out of players by then, or just have goalies left, or goalies and defensemen left. And then you better hope that you got some offensive defensemen, or some big hitters, or something.
Yeah. I'm just interested to see who Bell's got at the moment. She's got Nathan McKinnon. Is it Charlie McAvoy had a bad day, of course. Who's she got in goalie? So she's got Hellebuck, who's played well. He got a win today. Yeah, you see, she had Skinner on the bench, and he won.
Yep, and she's got Markstrom going right now with a tie game going into overtime, likely.
Oh, is it tied?
3-3 is what it's showing there.
Oh, yeah, because that's just happened in the last few seconds, and yeah. Sidney Crosby clearly anticipating his move to the Avs. He's
Absolutely.
Yep. So, well played to you, sir. You're currently top of the standings. Oh, it's flashed, but no change.
Sometimes it just refreshes and flashes what the latest thing was, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
There we have it. You're still top.
Coming down to it, yeah.
I think it will go to the very last day, that one.
I believe so, because it'll be almost impossible for me to get my goalie games in unless it goes down to the last day. I'm going to end up getting rid of all of my players just to get goalies, just so I can get the games in.
Well, exactly. I'm a few games over, but I'm actually under on defense games now. So
yeah, I've got a whole bunch of defense games in hand as well.
So I'm looking for another commercial to play.
What's up, Disney Sheepherder? I've got, for the first time since the Quebec Nordiques, the Avs have a player who is 100 points in 2 straight seasons.
A break for McKinnon.
That goal was 100 points this season. Last player to do it was, I believe, Joe Sakic for the Nordiques. So, McKinnon is the second person to get to the 100-point mark this year after Kucherov.
Yeah. Pretty damn good.
Yep. Another beautiful goal from McKinnon. And that, I think, takes care of everything I've got except for some you can't do that and big hits type stuff. So, and we'll just throw them under the you can't do that.
We will.
Because some of them are questionable.
So while we're thinking about that, we'll play another commercial. This is an old one.
When it comes to feeling young, a lot of it's up here.
3 years ago, Maurice Richard said goodbye gray hair. Hello, Grecian Formula 16.
It was so easy, remember?
Grecian's as easy to use as water. Works for any color hair.
The change was so gradual and looked so natural, no one even noticed. Today, I still leave a touch of gray. The wife likes it. Hey, Richard, 2 minutes for looking so good.
Look as young as you feel with Grecian Formula 16.
I envy those guys that can use that. Although it says it's like using water. Well, why not just use water then?
Yeah.
It probably works just as well. But Maurice Richard.
The
legend,
Rocket.
Habs legend, yes. So, yeah, your Muslim uncle, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. That was the Sharks really put up a good show today. That goalie, your goalie, Magnus Krona, the man who won the Punic Wars as the general for the Greeks or whatever it was. Magnus Krona stood in his head, but, you know, we won, but really the Sharks had the moral victory today, I think. So
my YouTube got knocked out a second time, so Silver is going over to Rumble. Anybody else that's on my YouTube, if you happen to be on my YouTube, either go to 70s YouTube or to my Rumble.
I've been getting warnings in mine, but it hasn't knocked it out yet. And Disney Sheepherder, hello to you too. So So, I was actually going to.
Do you have anything left before the you can't do that?
I thought I had something. I had the league leaders, but I've lost it now. Oh, there we go. Because we were talking about McKinnon there.
Points, yeah.
It just made me want
the heart race and everything else.
Yeah. So we should look. Yeah, next week we'll maybe look at the actual trophy races. But here's the. It's hard to, a little hard to see in a smaller screen. Points leaders. Kucherov
and McKinnon.
McKinnon 101. Goals. Kucherov. It says there, but really it's Austin Matthews. Sorry, I had the mouse in the wrong place. Austin Matthews 53 goals. GAA Connor Hellebuck. And my favourite, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, is 5th. Aidan Hill, who's one of my goalies in one of my leagues, is doing well.
I've got Bobrovsky in our league.
Yeah, look at those 5 goalies, though. There's none of the pre-season favourites particularly in there.
No.
Wins.
Georgiev he's played 50 games now.
Yeah. He also wins for looking like he's in a Russian heavy metal band.
Yeah.
In that picture. But yeah, that's some of
the... But that shows why I'm way up there in the wins column in our fantasy, because you had Georgiev at number 1 and Bobrovsky at number 3, and those are my top goalie, or my 2 goalies.
Yeah.
So
pretty damn good, mate.
Good pairing there.
Indeed.
Just not necessarily on the goals against and the save percentage.
So exactly, yeah. Don't look at that. Don't look over. Don't.
Just taking the wins, and the funny thing is, are wins really a goalie stat? Because sure, they have to stop the puck, but
it's a team stat.
Your team can outscore a bad goalie. Or a goalie like Georgiev, who we have now changed his new nickname to Fiorgiev because he gives up 4 a game.
That's like us with Wedgwood. Wedgewall with the E's with a 3 instead of an E, because he gives up 3 goals at least every game.
Yep. So, his goals against really hurts, but the wins are keeping me in it in fantasy. So
you just got to outscore your problems.
Mm-hmm.
So defensemen, points-wise, Quinn Hughes is top with Cale Makar second.
Yeah, and Cale's had a rough go of it. I think he's gotten 1 goal in the last probably 6 or 7 games.
He's saving it for the playoffs.
Well, and for defensemen, yes, a lot of times it comes down to scoring, but who's the actual better defenseman should still be a part of those trophies. It shouldn't just be, hey, he's a scoring or an offensive defenseman, and you better be able to defend too.
Yeah. So Connor Bedard apparently is the top points for the rookies. My God, he's got a face you could slap.
Well, it doesn't look like that anymore. Now you got to put it in a fishbowl.
So yeah, that's the current leaders in the main stats categories, but we'll take a look at trophies soon as well, I guess.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah. Goalies. Apparently Thatcher Demko is the top on wins. But there you go.
Yeah, him and Georgiev are tied. Just Georgiev has more games played.
Good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, you've got a couple of other things.
Yeah. What do we got here?
I think that game is over now, and I think the Flames won.
And they didn't go to overtime.
No, they won in regulation.
There was only 2 minutes left when it got tied.
They won 4-3 in regulation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Be interested to know what happened there.
Indeed.
All right, so this one is on the verge of you can't do that, but it's not really a you can't do that. It's somebody not paying attention and getting absolutely wiped out, and it happens to be a Kachuk, so I don't care.
What a shame.
Yeah, this was also in the same game as that fight earlier that we showed earlier.
Oh.
Kachuk goes for the full ride there. looks painful.
It
But he
does.
gets right up and goes. And of course, the idiot still doesn't have his mouthpiece in.
I thought
That
he
guy
wasn't-
just refuses to have a mouthpiece in at any time. He just chews on it the whole game.
No, that really bugs me when they just chew on it all the time. He is
I mean-
a bit of a mouthpiece, though.
Yeah.
He's
but
a ring piece.
What a huge hit.
Oh.
I love seeing that.
See, is that a hit? To me, he just kind of stands up. And, well, he doesn't stand up. He just kind of stays in one place and just braces into him and makes him go right over the top.
I mean, it's a collision. And it's not a hit as a registered hit, but it's a collision at mid-ice.
Skillfully executed, though.
Yes. So
It's almost like a ballet.
not quite on the you can't do that scale there, because there's really no penalty or anything wrong with that.
That one should be the you should do that.
Mm-hmm. What it should be is Kachuk telling him you can't do that, as in skating with your head down, not looking where you're going, and getting completely blown up.
Indeed.
So we've got that, and then I think that brings us into the you can't do that plays. Let me just double check and make sure I've got nothing else that's not borderline, because I've only got 2 you can't do that's.
Yeah,
and one of them.
I was going to include the Rempe, but we've done that one, so yeah.
Okay, so
do the
let's
2.
go to the segment. You can't do that. And I will bring up the first one.
It's a shame we couldn't use the Beatles song "You Can't Do That" as the theme music for that.
we need to just record a chant in one of the arenas where everybody starts yelling, "You can't do that."
You can't do that. We'll get some AI to do it. You can't do that.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is vertical, so it's a little bit hard, but yeah. Let's see.
Do it.
Real quick look. Not real happy about this hit to his head. That's Gallagher, I believe. Brendan Gallagher.
All right.
Panthers needing one to get a tie.
And he gets it right to the chin.
Rodriguez getting physical.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad.
And then he got to the bench and was screaming at him. Very upset about the high hit targeting.
Don't blame him.
I still think he got a lot of chest before he got hit the head, but I mean, the shoulder pad definitely went into the chin.
Yeah, could you say he was targeting the head? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
But dangerous play.
Yeah.
So we've got.
It is reckless. Yeah, he could have really hurt him. He could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we've got Johnny Gaudreau gets absolutely
Hockey.
laid out, and
nobody calls him Johnny Hockey now.
No, I never did. So
I know.
This one looked like it was a little bit more borderline illegal with the shoulder to the head, but I really am not sure that it actually hits him in the head. I think he's just injured from the force of the hit. I don't know that it got his head. But the rest of the players seemed to think it was dirty.
They did, but then they weren't
But
watching.
he's not looking. He's skating with the puck, not looking where he's going.
He's not, and the player hitting him kind of turns away to protect himself too. So
Yeah. But the even bigger you can't do that to me is when they come and they cross-check the guy that hit him in the back of the back and then in the face.
Yes, that's
Those should be you're out of the game. You cross-check somebody in the lower back and then in the face while he's on the ground. That's a definite you can't do that. I'm not so sure about the original hit.
I think the original hit was just so. I don't think it was a deliberate headshot.
Yeah.
I don't think it was even a bad hit. It was just the way it happened.
Right. But the next part was the really bad part. And there's Rempe, but he wasn't really involved in that.
He wasn't involved in this one. What was he doing?
Yeah. How did he avoid being part of this?
Yeah.
So those are the 2 that I've got. So yeah, 2 of them would have at least had Rempe on screen. So
yeah. Somehow, somewhere behind the scenes, he was involved in that.
Had to have been.
That's right.
Right?
His malign satanic influence.
So that is That is all the clips I have for you this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, they were good. Yeah, I think, to be fair, I don't think any of those hits were... I mean, I think they're in the you can't do that category, but I don't think they were as bad as people might say they were.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it looks worse in full speed than it does slowed down.
It's a physical game, you know?
But definitely those cross-checks afterwards were inappropriate.
And that usually... I mean, guys are getting bans, multi-game bans for that shit.
And they should. Defenseless player on the ice already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can be pissed, but that doesn't mean you can try to break somebody's back or their face.
Yeah, and it's unlike me to normally agree with anything Bettman says, but he was right when he talked about the Morgan Riley thing. He said, there's lots of things you can do without cross-checking somebody.
Yeah. You could have just dropped the gloves.
Yeah,
you could have just absolutely laid him out.
Yeah, you don't have to cross-check. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well.
But Morgan Riley's back now, so I've got him back in my lineup.
You're letting the stick do the work for you. Lazy bastards. Do it yourself.
Yeah, you got fists.
Yeah. Anywho. Yeah, I got nothing else either, so...
All right.
We've had an exciting night of stuff, a lot of stuff, yeah. And next week will be even more interesting with trade stuff and...
DOS trade deadlines.
Yes. And
what day is the actual deadline this year?
Oh, shit. Is it...
Are we going to have it before Saturday? Or I mean, typically it's like a Monday or a Tuesday, but I think we've still got 6 days. So is it Friday?
Tuesday. It's normally a Monday or a Tuesday, isn't it?
That's what I thought. But it seems... Chat, does anybody know when the trade deadline is?
I actually thought it was Tuesday, but maybe it's later. Hang on.
Friday, March 8th.
Friday, March 8th, yeah.
So we will be done with all trades by the time our show is on, and we will be able to talk about whatever craziness happened.
The Stars will have their Stanley Cup winning team in place.
Uh-huh. What do you got going on this week?
Not a lot tomorrow. I'm pretty quiet. I got other stuff to do, so I don't think I'll be on any streams tomorrow. Monday, though, my normal show on Monday, 3 p.m. Mountain Time, it's only talk and roll, which we're not preparing any big show. We're just going to go on and chat about various things happening in music and entertainment. Just, general chit chat.
At the end of Ascendant Art every Friday with Little Chad and Slender, for about a month now, there's YouTube channels that have the music trivia things where it plays like a clip of 7 seconds and you try to guess. We've been having a lot of fun with that. That might be something fun with your panel on just to end your shows. Just do like a 20-minute music trivia and see who can answer it fastest.
Well, actually, that's a good idea because I would like to do that. I've had a few question and answer things before that I put together, but to have something I could just play would be spot on.
Yeah, this is more like just a name that tune thing. It gives you 6 seconds of a song, which is short enough that it's not going to get you dinged. And then we've just been pausing it, and I mean, we don't have a buzzer or anything. It's just if you know it, shout it out. And the chat, tries to shout it out too. But it's been pretty fun. I thought it might be something that would work for your channel as well.
Do you know which site that is? Or
I would just look up Name That Tune or Music Trivia on YouTube and see which ones it pulls up, because you're going to get so many that have crap music in it too that you're going to want to start picking some very specific ones. Yeah, because like the one we did one this Friday that was the top song from 1955 up through 2023. And after about 2002, we were all stumped because it was all just crap.
I'd be screwed after that too.
But from 55 to 2002, we probably got 80 to 90% of them.
That would be fun. I think I might do that. Yeah, thanks, mate, for suggesting that, because I just wanted to do a general chit-chat about various music news things and some entertainment. I wanted to talk about Shogun stuff, and not...
But it's a fun way to show off the panel's musical trivia knowledge or knowledge of things, yeah.
Cool,
So.
good idea, mate. Yeah, I might do that for some fun. I just felt like having a fun show, not doing a lot of prep, and because usually I do a lot of heavy prep. So that's Monday 3 p.m. on my channel. Obviously, Monday night is Monday night meltdown over in Comics Division, and then the week will unfold as it does.
Yep.
How about you?
Tomorrow I will be on Culture's Late Night Culture, then Monday Night Meltdown, and that's on Comics Channel. Tuesday we do Party Animals on my channel. I've been doing a bit of Elden Ring playing, getting ready for the DLC. So I've actually beat the game like 7 times on 7 different characters this week. I've got it down to about 4 to 5 hours of playthrough to go all the way through the game.
What do you call beating the game? Just finishing an ending?
Finishing through an ending, also killing Melania, the kind of alternate hardest boss in the game.
Sure.
So I'm just getting characters to the point where I can just decimate everything and be ready to go, and then not putting them through to the New Game Plus. So I think I'm going to start making videos out of those playthroughs, because during the day I can't stream because I'm also working, but I have been playing a bit, so I may just record them and then make videos of how to, create super leveled characters with specific weapons or playstyles. So we've got that going on. Wednesday, no Christian panel this week, but do have Yelling at Parked Cars. Thursday is Thursday Night Throwdown. Friday is back at Ascend and Art, and then we're back here Saturday night. So
the circle of life. The circle will be unbroken.
The 7-day-a-week circle of life at this point.
Cool. No, it seems to just like, here we are again. It's what we do.
It kind of is, because every night from either 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. I'm basically streaming till 10 or 11, sometimes till 2 or 3. So, in fact, tonight I'm betting the boys are probably playing Helldivers right now, so you may see a Helldivers stream pop up on my channel or Mad's channel here in the next half hour or so, if anybody's interested in watching that. I can't promise anything, because I don't know what they're doing since I've been on a show. But that's what's happening.
A lot happening, yeah. One other thing I did do, which I'm trying to figure out when it's going to get posted, was Justin Proper and I did an interview. We recorded an interview with Bill McClintock. Anyone who knows who Bill is, he does all those great mashups.
Yeah,
he has a great YouTube channel, the mashups. So we had a great chat with him. Justin's editing that now, and he's going to put it up on his channel, I think. But that was fun. So that's coming out soon. Keely Chow is here, all the way from
Keely.
Hong Kong. Hey, Keely, Healy. Keely Chow from Hong Kong. Great. Imagine we have an international audience. Isn't that fabulous?
Indeed.
The
well,
Hurricanes
technically
Blue.
I'm in the U.S. and you're in Canada, so it's
True.
International by default. But
The Hurricanes Blue, apparently.
Well, they're doing just fine for the season still.
Yeah.
So,
But they blew.
and thank you, Davina, for posting links for everybody.
Yeah,
and
thanks, Davina.
yeah, I am actually doing things on my channel now. So if people would like to start subscribing, I would appreciate it, because I may actually need to start having some monetization at some point, because the wife is pissed at 2 years of every night me doing this and very little to show for it monetarily.
It's for art. It's art for art's sake.
It is for fun, but it's also turned into almost as many hours as what my actual day job is, and zero nights where I go to bed before 1 or 2 o'clock, which doesn't do well for the marital life.
You think you should be happy that you're out of the way and just,
I would have thought so, but after 2 years, apparently she's tired of me being, not available.
Well, she should start her own streaming then, and then she'd be busy.
That's what I told her. I've got 2 podcast mics. I mean, we can figure out something that we could do as a show together. She
should be your producer, and then you could say, edit these videos.
Oh yeah, that's not happening. No, I mean when she has questions about things, she forgets that she can just ask her phone for an answer. She'll go 2 or 3 hours banging her head on things, trying to figure out, what date is Easter this year? And it's like, you could find out in 5 seconds, but she's just not all that savvy with the tech. She
writes a letter to somebody.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, mate.
Yep.
Yes,
well,
it's been real. Yeah. Thanks,
yes.
everybody.
Cheers, everybody. We will see you next week or on one of the mini streams that we're on throughout the week.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Take it easy.